Let's go to this story now. Government's plan to convert its records from hard copy to electronic format is gaining momentum. Home Affairs Minister Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi has just addressed the first group of the 10,000 youth recruited for the task. The 3-year project is set to ensure that 350 million records of the population is now in a digital form. Let's get more details now from Home Affairs Minister Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi. He joins us now from the event. Dr. Motsoaledi, thank you very much for your time here on eNCA. Now, just tell us a bit more about how this is going to assist make sure that Home Affairs is paperless, and when you are hoping this will officially kick off.
Yes, thank you, Masero, and thank you to the listeners and the viewers out there. Yeah, you see, this is a very huge project. That's why it was announced by the President himself last year on the 10th of February during the State of the Nation address, that Home Affairs will hire 10,000 unemployed graduates who studied in the field of IT, that's information technology, record management, and document management. Now, we have started in August to start recruitment. So the first cohort of 2,000, which we recruited from August, are here now. They are undergoing training. And when they finish, they'll go to their respective provinces. The second cohort of 4,000, the advert came out today. It's out there. We are defining exactly what we are looking for. And once we get the 4,000, we now advertise for the last 4,000. By the end of April, we must be having the whole complement of 10,000 young people to do this work for the next 3 years.
How will this help in terms of service delivery, Minister? If you could just explain to the ordinary South African listening to you right now, how will this make life easier for them?
Indeed, indeed. Just let me give you just one example because there will be many. Somebody goes to Home Affairs to change the spelling of their surname or to change their date of birth, which is wrongly recorded. Now, remember, when you do that, your ID is going to change. Definitely, you become a totally new person. Now, for us to change your ID, we can't just do it in an office. We are forced to go into the archives to check the original record, Marcelo. When you came to the Home Affairs for the first time, when your parents came, when your grandparents came, who did they say they are? How did they say your surname is spelled and all that? Why do you want to change? We've got to get all that information. But now imagine our records for all that are 350 million. They are all paper records, they are manual. It means somebody must go and search manually for your record among those, and it takes a very long time. Now the question is, why do you have to go to archives? I'm telling you that I was born on this date, not on that date. Why do you have to go to records? Why don't you just change? The answer is, there are people, Masero, who comes to change for good reasons, but there are those who change because they want to change their identities, because they've got criminal records, and they want those criminal records to disappear. Some are running away from their creditors. They want a new identity. Remember, all these changes I'm talking about are not just changes. They change your identity. So others are looking for a new identity to run away. Some want to get a pension. They want to go to SASSA, but they are still very young. They want to change their date of birth. Others are employed like you. The policies of employment at your place of work are saying when you reach this age, you retire. And they don't want to retire. They want to lower their age. All those are motives that people want to change what is in the IDs. And we can't just change it. We need the files, but the files are paper records. Once they are digitized, Marcelo, if you go to a Home Affairs office now, you are going to find, Home Affairs offices around the country. You are going to find somebody who's been coming there is for the third or fourth or fifth time because they are looking for the change of those records. If they are digitized, we just press a button, all the information comes, we held them here and there. They don't have to do repeat visits to Home Affairs, and our queues will also become smaller and smaller.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of South Africans would appreciate the queuing part. But also, Minister, you've been involved in a lot of crackdowns at Home Affairs offices, including the one in Krugersdorp, where people were arrested. Large groups of people were arrested in terms of, fraudulent work at Home Affairs. Some of them being people who actually work for Home Affairs at some point, you said last year. Will this system also help safeguard Home Affairs in that instance?
Well, every modernization helps because every system, Marcel, which you do manually is very much open to corruption. So Home Affairs must modernize their systems all the time. They must digitize them so as to avoid corruption. Indeed, you are right. When Home Affairs systems were still manual, it was very easy. I'm sure that's why Home Affairs, you saw how Home Affairs switched over from the green barcoded ID to the card. Smart card. Yes, the smart card, I'm sure you are aware. That photo there is digital. You can't swap it. I'm sure you are aware that some of the manner in which documents are stolen in Home Affairs is photo swap. But once you digitize them, they can't be swapped. So digitization and modernization does definitely reduce fraud and corruption remarkably.
Minister, before I let you go, I wonder if you can give me any comment on the fact that the Constitutional Court gave an extension in terms of the Electoral Amendment Bill to February. It is February now. South Africans are expected to vote next year. Was this enough time? Is this extension to this month enough?
Well, we have to live within it. We were hoping that they will give much longer, but we also, if they give longer, there's no preparation for 2024. So either way, the time they've given us has to be enough, and that's why the Portfolio Committee started meeting today as I'm talking. I couldn't attend that meeting because I have to address these unemployed graduates who are going to digitize our records. I'm here now, but otherwise Home Affairs has been meeting. I'm sure the meetings come to an end. They will meet almost every day. We believe actually we can finish the work that is left within 2 weeks. We don't even have to wait until the 28th, because all that it needs is that people must give their inputs about two important amendments which are doing to the original act, because that's why we had to ask for extension from Constitutional Court, because there are two things that needs to be added to the act which was not there originally. And in terms of the law, we have got to consult the public. So the public has been consulted in writing. The closing date has passed. When the Portfolio Committee met today, they are looking into the inputs in writing. Once we finalize them and we put those amendments, then the bill is out.
All right, Minister, thank you very much. We'll be in contact with you just to see if we will be ready, because I think a lot of people's concern is if it's not ready, what happens? Do we vote next year, or is it halted? Will we see postponements, etc.? But we'll speak to you as the weeks proceed. Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, speaking to us there.